Hi everyone, it's your boy Sean. Welcome back to another Epic 7 video. Today we're going to talk about the Wyvern hunt, how you should approach it, what you should be expecting, and how am I doing it. My team right now is currently pretty free to play except for sets, but in this game everyone is guaranteed a nat 5 and you're probably going to be rocking sets, Ravi, whatever, you know? So I don't think the nat 5 right there is too important. And I do think that my set is not that important in this team. But let's take a look at the boss. So, the boss has one attack for the first 4 turns that he takes. Attack with a fireball, inflict poison for 2 turns, hit an extra time if the boss is not having any debuff. Which means you need to always have debuff on the boss, or else he will hit you twice and it hurts. It can easily one-shot a damage dealer if you are unlucky and it targets your damage dealer. Also, it gives you a sort of threshold for you to build your unit. If your unit can take a double hit and survive, it's pretty solid. But remember this, it will give you a poison. So you will need to take into account the poison that you will have to absorb after that as well. So build your unit that can survive 2 hit and 1 poison. This skill, Tail Swing, will only be used after 4 turns, so you need to charge it a little bit. You have 4 turns without him using the skill. When he uses it, he has a big shield on himself. You need to do damage on that shield as fast as possible. He's very slow because he also inflicts himself with a decreased speed debuff. It doesn't show though, but he is extremely slow at this point. So you have probably around 2 to 3 free hit on the boss, okay? If you have some sort of speed buff or attack buff boost constantly, you probably get 3 hit in. But if you don't, you probably get 2. This thing is a passive, but in the game, it doesn't show that it is a passive, but it is a passive. The boss is immune to getting combat readiness decrease. He doesn't have immunity per se, so you can put defense debuff, you can put attack debuff, you can put continuous damage, bleeding, all that good jazz, but you can't reduce the combat readiness, which is a very strong mechanic to use against bosses. Decreasing combat readiness, aka attack bar, is what keeping the boss from moving, and that's just too OP. I think that's why they put immediately immunity from having combat readiness reduced on Wyvern. So we can't abuse it. But you can put all sort of debuff on this guy. So what are the most important debuff you need to have for this guy? You need defense break, aka defense debuff, so that you can do more damage, especially when he have the shield on. You need to do as much damage as possible. You need to have speed debuff, okay? So that you can take more turn before he can actually do this skill. You want to kill him before this thing pop. That is the best because the shield is very thick. So with speed debuff, even though it's saying here immunity against decreased speed, don't get confused. He only get this immunity when the shield is on. Before that, you can still land speed debuff. So effectively, you can move twice before he moves with speed debuff, and it means instead of having 4 turns to hit the boss, you now have maybe 8 turns to hit the boss. When you do Wyvern hunt, minimum you want to be doing Wyvern stage 6, because here you get T5 equipment, okay? 7 and 8 are pretty tough. And then when you want to move on, you want to do minimum stage 9, so you can get T6 equipment, which is the highest tier of equipment. So currently this is my team. Elson provides sustainability via defense buff, healing, and attack debuff. I have the guard, that pleb looking guy right there for defense debuff, and also occasionally combat readiness increase. We're gonna talk about him later on. I have carbon rolls for the damage, I have sets for the damage, and the unhealable debuff from sets has a 100% activation rate, and I need that debuff to always happen. So we go right in here. The first stage, nothing too crazy. When you reach stage 7, there are 5 guys here, which is quite scary. But right now there are only 3, and they are pretty swishy. not too scary. So the first stage is gonna be done with fairly easily.
I will do my part.
The guard right there, that guy, it's like a hidden gem. I failed to get Tierra, that's why I have him, because he provides pretty consistent defense debuff. It has a 50% chance to activate, not too high, but not too low. It's okay. Elson right here provides a tank debuff, very important to keep the team alive. Okay, we're gonna move on to the boss. This is the important one. We need to land some sort of debuff right at the start. Okay, see, defense debuff land very frequently. Sets can easily land a heal block after that because it has 100% chance to activate. So the boss will not do double hit when you have some sort of debuff. Now I don't have debuff, which is very scary, but I managed to land that heal block. So we should be okay. Now with defense buff, Elson would not die too easily, but I think I'm at a very tough spot right now when Elson has the I think my Elson may fall soon. Oh, but he changed target. Like the AI in this game is a bit funny. Logically, you should hit Elson, right? Because he has the lowest HP right now. But the boss doesn't hit Elson. It chose to hit the guard for some reason. I'm not complaining though, but it's just funny. Okay, I missed a heal block here. Oh, I land a heal block. It's quite scary when you miss a debuff. But I didn't manage to land any slow debuff from Common Rose. So the boss successfully put up the shield right here. After 4 turns, okay? You can see the counter below the boss HP. This one. After 4 turns, it will fill up and then the boss will do the shield thingy. Now I need to land the defense break, but feels bad. It used the last skill. I needed to land the defense break to break the shield, or else I'll be in big trouble. See, the boss is really slow because it inflicts a decreased speed on itself, but you can't really see it. So my team has moved like 3 hits from sets or something like that. From now on, it's pretty easy. Even though the healer died, the boss is also gonna die very soon. My team is able to do a lot of damage because of the consistent defense debuff from the guard. He doesn't even have a name. Can I call him like John or something? See, he doesn't even have a name. Okay, John. I ruined him with speed set. I want to replace this with a hit set, the one with more effectiveness bonus, because I need him to land the decreased defense all the time. And I want him to move first because... Okay, where's the skill? Because this skill right here only decreased defense for 1 turn. So if he moves after anybody, the decreased defense doesn't mean anything because the boss gonna shake it off immediately. So I want him to move first in the team. And then he had, when he dual attack, which bonus 5%, which gonna be like 10%, he get increased combat readiness for the team. I think I need to get some sort of dual attack artifact on this guy so that he dual attack all the time and he can increase combat readiness all the time. But this is once in a while combat readiness buff. This skill is pretty sad. That's not gonna work for the boss because this thing absorbs combat readiness. The boss is immune to combat readiness reduced, so when it can't be reduced, you can't really absorb, so it only does some decent damage. Elson is also on the speed set with health set. I think Elson is pretty okay right now. Doesn't really matter. He survived quite well in the boss stage. My Common Rose doing very decent damage on a attack broken set because these two I think have decent stat for her. But I'm probably going to replace that soon with maybe a lifesteal set so that she will forever tank in the front line. She does a lot of damage. I love her a lot. Sets, very typical sets. I actually put the vampire, the lifesteal set on him so that he can farm for me very effectively. And this lifesteal set from the Abyss is a beast. Look at all the substat. It's all the right substat. Yeah? It's crazy. I even got the ring today. And the ring is also amazing. I'm probably going to replace it, but I don't know what to take out because all these equipment are also great. Maybe I'm going to split half for Common Rose. I'm not very sure. For now, I'm doing a lot of Wyvern hunt because I need a lot of speed set for my team, especially in PvP. And Wyvern 7 is a completely different level. Like, when you go into the boss stage, the boss will move immediately. I have a feeling the boss has around 150 speed minimum, or else it will move first and just one-shot one of your unit immediately with a double hit because you can't put any debuff on it. Also, the wave before the boss has 5 guys and they hurt. See, sets do like 10,000 damage. With defense debuff and attack buff, sets just do crazy damage. But once again, you can replace sets with Ravi, with damage dealer of your choice that can put debuff. But I think these 3 will be my main unit for Wyvern Hunt from now on. If I want to replace sets because his debuff is a bit irrelevant, I'm going to replace with Tiaria for more defense debuff, for more combat readiness, and she's just amazing for Wyvern. See the double hit because I couldn't put a debuff on him. Again, resistant.
Emergency! Yes, sir. Emergency!
So scared. Oh no, I think Elson's dead, man. Even with the attack debuff, Elson's dead. You see how important it is to put a debuff on the boss. Right now, I don't think I can kill the boss anymore. It really depends on my luck from now on. Who he hits. If he hits sets or Carmen Rose, they can heal up a little bit. And I need to land the decreased defense for me to have any chance of killing this boss, man. Oh no. Oh no, no decreased defense. That's why I want a hit set on the guard, on John. So that he can put a defense debuff more consistently. Right now it's not consistent at all.
Are you ready?
It get resisted a lot. It's just sad, you know. But see, without Elson, my team is still doing pretty decent damage. And also Carmen Rose can buff herself, which is amazing. Elson is not particularly a good frontline tank because he only has 1 heal and is not a big heal. I recommend if you want a free-play healer, you want to use Momo Rancy. She's amazing, by the way. But you probably have Destina. Alright, we're doing good damage on the boss. Even with 3 units, we're doing okay. I'm quite surprised. Oh, the defense debuff. Alright, we're good. See, it's not that hard when you land all the things that you need to land. And you have a good team. 7 is tough. I need to up my runes and maybe 6-star something before I can do 7. But I definitely need to up my runes. Alright guys, before I end this video, I want to do a quick Moonlight summon because I have 6 golden transmit stone. So, I want 2 particular light dark net 3. Okay, that's it. We're gonna talk about them. Alright boys and girls, can I get a net 5? Nah, I just want 2 particular guy from the net 3 category. Let's go. Alright, I don't get artifact, right? What do we get? What do we get? Come on baby, yellow? No, no yellow, it's okay, it's okay. No yellow. Let's go, what do we get? Ew!
Nice meeting you.
No, I don't want you. No, I don't want you. Attack all enemy with an 80% chance to dispel all buff before decreasing combat awareness by 15%. Which is solid. If you play Summoner, so this is like Triton. Okay? And he's a net 3. And when the enemy doesn't do attack skill, I get extra 20% combat readiness. This is like pretty good. Like let's say someone start a turn with Elson buff. I can immediately get a turn with 20% combat readiness buff, which is quite a lot. And then I strip all that buff, reduce the combat readiness by 15%, which means my team now take a turn. Silence is almost as good as stun, but not so good. This is actually a very legit PvP unit. But I don't need this guy. So what do I want to get? I want to get this guy. This guy is also a free-to-play god because he's a net 3, you know? He has decreased defense and default attack. He has speed buff, healing, and reduced cooldown in the second skill. It's freaking insane for 1 skill. And then the last skill He has a chance to dispel buff on the enemy. AoE. This is... He's a god. Oh my goodness. And then when you look at the dark one, there's this girl. This girl's pretty insane. Decrease attack, decrease defense. So she's very good for setup because you give your team a turn and you also single out a unit. Because decrease defense, that unit's gonna die next turn. And then she heal. It's a pretty funny heal. But this girl is also a good unit. But oh well, I get the monk guy, no waifu. So many waifu here. Is this a guy? Is that boobs? It's a she, okay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next Epic 7 video as soon as possible. Bye!